Do you have a steel entry door that's damaged and you need to replace it? You've clicked on the right video. I'm going to show you step by step how to remove your old door, find a replacement, and install the new one. And if you're a beginner, you can absolutely do this yourself, and I'm going to show you how. And as a bonus today, I'm going to show you how to repair damaged brick molding and make it look like new again. If your door is a modern steel entry door, chances are the size is pretty standard. The most common size is a 36 by 80 inch door. They also come in 30 and 32 inch doors like this one. This is the entry door for the side of the garage, and most of them are 32 inches. This door frame is in great shape and does not need replaced today. Today I'm only replacing the door itself, commonly called a slab. Luckily, standard size slabs are readily available at most big box stores. I looked at both Home Depot and Lowe's and found them in the back by the pre-hung doors that come with frames. The slab options are usually in bins by themselves. And as it turns out, these new doors come pre-drilled for deadbolt and doorknobs, and slots are already cut into the edge of these doors for hinges. To remove the door from the hinges, typically you can take a screwdriver and knock the hinge pins up from the bottom. Mine have Allen set screws in there and they're rusted in pretty good, so I'm just going to take out my screws. Before you purchase your new door, you do want to check and make sure that the center of your deadbolt and your doorknob hole line up to your old door. I'm going to remove my old hardware so it's easier to put the two doors side by side so I can transfer my hinge locations. The damage on this door is actually from the fire department. This is my mom's door. She fell a few weeks ago and the fire department had to break the door in to get into her. She's doing good now though. The hole locations on my old door and on my new door are an exact match. That's not always going to be the case, but most of these big box doors do have a standard location for these holes. The hinge hole locations, however, not so much. That's not going to be a huge problem. I'm going to transfer these hinge locations over, take my chisel and mortise these out. I'm just using some of these quick clamps on here to hold my door together. And it's making it stable enough to stand up so I can transfer these marks. I'm just going to take my speed square and mark these locations. To get the radius of the hinge, I've just removed one of the hinges and I'm going to trace it out there to get that radius. I'm going to use a combination of my razor knife and my 1-inch chisel to cut these mortises. I'm going to score across the grain with my razor knife so that it doesn't split out when I use the chisel. And I'm going to score as deep as the hinge pocket. Now I'm going to cut my radius. I'm going to use my razor knife for that. Just going to score right along my line. I've cut a couple of reliefs across the grain here. That way when I chisel, the material can just come out. The anatomy of this chisel has a small bevel there. That is the angle that we're going to use. We're going to put that against the door. The biggest thing here is go slow and don't get in a hurry. Now I'm just going to go back over it and make sure that it's nice and flat. Here on the middle hinge, I've done the same thing. I used my razor knife. I scored around my edge. I cut a couple of reliefs. Now I'm going to take my chisel and we're going to remove this material from the mortise. And we're going to go slow. We're going to go slow so we don't remove too much or have a giant split out. And I don't like to pry. I like to let the chisel do the work. I don't want to pry that thing up. There we go. Just let that chisel do the work. Nice. Look at that. Now I'm going to go back in and clean that edge up with my razor knife. And I'll do the last one off camera. For these hinge screws, I do recommend drilling some pilot holes because we don't want to split out our door. This is definitely the tricky part if you don't have a helper. I'm going to prop up the bottom of the door so that I can attach my hinge screws. I've got one screw in the top. I'm going to put one in the center here, and then I'll put one in the bottom. We'll get this door positioned, and then I'll put the rest of the screws in. Let's get a first look at this door. Seems to close good. Everything seems to be lined up. I'm going to put the rest of those screws in. I also want to fix the brick mold out here where the firemen pried with their tool to get the door opened. I've got a little trick up my sleeve for this one. To make the repair on the brick mold, I'm going to be using the Gorilla Glue wood filler. I used this on another project, and this stuff actually works really good. To get started, I'm just going to knock off everything that's loose and volunteers to come off of here. Then we're going to sand it with some 80 grit. I'm going to use a tack cloth on here, try to get all this dust off of there. Now I'm going to use a putty knife, and I'm going to shape this brick mold right back to the way it used to be. This is a process. Once this dries, we'll sand it, and it should look really good. I'll put a link to this stuff down in the video description so you guys can check it out for yourself. I'll also put a link for this bar stool. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but this folding bar stool really saves my back. If I was bent over doing this project all day, my back would be sore. Before I put the hardware on this door, let's get a quick coat of paint, maybe 2. All right, let's let this dry, and then we'll put the hardware on, and we'll finish our patch on the brick mold. All right, I'll get my hardware put back on this door. First the deadbolt, and then the latch. The mortise for the deadbolt was spot on. Nice. Once that paint dries completely, that's gonna look awesome. Here are some before and after pictures. I'm really happy with how my mom's door turned out. So what do you think? You've watched this video this long, leave me a comment. I want to hear your thoughts. Is this a project that you think you can do? Check out my other video down here for repairing an interior wood door without replacing it.